Trump pushes Zelensky to make territorial concessions, may want him to step down. NBC News. March 10, 2025. According to the officials, Trump wants an agreement giving the United States access to Ukraine's mineral resources, including rare earth metals. However, he also expects to see changes in Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's stance on peace talks, including a willingness to make concessions, potentially surrendering some territory to Russia. Trump is also reportedly pushing for Zelensky to take steps toward holding elections in Ukraine, and possibly even to step aside as his country's leader, the officials told reporters. NBC News noted that Russia ramped up the attacks on Ukraine following the suspension of U.S. military aid and intelligence sharing. However, the U.S. official said Washington has no evidence that the pause in intelligence sharing directly influenced those attacks. According to the official, these large-scale assaults were likely planned by Russia before the U.S. aid and intelligence freeze took effect. The sources also said congressional Republicans are pressuring the White House to resume military aid and intelligence sharing. Both officials said they are optimistic that arms and equipment deliveries, as well as intelligence sharing, could resume as early as next week, especially after Ukrainian President Zelensky said Ukraine was ready to sit at the negotiating tables as soon as possible, NBC News reported. The officials added that the United States is still providing Ukraine with defensive intelligence information that helps Ukraine protect itself from Russian attacks, but is no longer sharing or targeting data for Russian positions. U.S. suspension of aid to Ukraine. On February 28, 2025, a Ukrainian delegation led by Zelensky left the White House early after failing to finalize a framework agreement on mineral resources. The talks reportedly broke down following a heated exchange between Zelensky, Trump, and U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance during a press event. Vance and Trump accused Zelensky of not showing enough gratitude toward the United States. Zelensky, in turn, stressed that any peace deal must include real security guarantees and reminded the U.S. president that Russian dictator Vladimir Putin had repeatedly violated previous agreements. Following the public clash, Trump wrote on Truth Socials that Zelensky isn't ready for peace and that the Ukrainian president can come back when he's ready. On March 3, Trump ordered a freeze on military aid to Ukraine following a heated exchange with Zelensky at the White House. Washington later stated that partners should share Trump's commitment to peace. According to Bloomberg, the halt applies to all U.S. military equipment, including weapons already in transit by air and sea, as well as those in transit zones in Poland. By the new Voice of Ukraine story by Alex Stezhensky, March 10, 2025.